Once again, it's the infamous back in the house once again. Look at my hair, that's fucking crazy. It just does whatever it wants right now. Alright, so what do we talk about? Um, some spiritual stuff has happened, so I have to document it. Um, Health update out of the way is I'm 175 pounds at night, which means I'm 173 in the morning. This is the biggest I've been in a long time. Like, supplements are mostly creatine. I mean, that's what's doing it. But like people that I haven't seen in a while at the gym are like, "Are you on something? You're looking a little thick." I'm like, "Are you saying I didn't look good before?" Or thank you. Oh, thank you. No, thank you. Um, what's interesting, I'm not really what did it, but my digestion's been really good. Really good, meaning like I'm not in a 48-hour window of having diarrhea. Either I just had it or it's about to happen. Um, I said to think last time my ex would always check in on me when we were on speaking terms and say, "Did you poop sand today?" That's the closest she ever got to saying "I love you." Did you poop sand today? It's like, thank you. Oh my god, she does care. I think it's just getting information for gossip. I don't think she actually cared, but um, my health has been good. What has happened? My hip hasn't hurt once since it got fixed, but there was a time where I was like sprinting up the stairs and I was like, the back of my knee is really smarting. I try to talk older than I am sometimes, and like it felt like it was gonna give out. It was just a weird feeling. And then I took some time off from the gym. Then I went to my chiropractor that helped me heal my, if that helped, heal my hip. And they did some shit to it, and it didn't feel any better. If anything, it felt worse. And then I was like, we have to keep going with this bulking season while it's cold weather, and you know what I mean? I gotta fill these fucking new shirts out. So, um, I did like I do front squats because it helps focus on my quads instead of my ass. Um, and then, dude, it hurt so bad. I just did the bar, and I was like, "Fuck!" Every rep, I was like, "Ugh, it feels like it's gonna break." And then by the end of the fourth set, I kept adding weight. I don't stay at the bar. I'm not a bitch, but I don't get heavy either. So I'm not pretending I'm a tough guy either. Somewhere in between. So by the end of that leg day, I was able to use it without limping. It was bad enough that I was limping. And then the next time I did legs, it's better still. Until like, oh, I don't, somehow working out fixes it. Somehow like all the injuries I have, it's like I'm kicking the can down the road. As long as I have some fucking meat on me, it's fine. It's a problem for another day. Um, Spiritual stuff. Where do I start? I went to. It's not really. It wasn't really a spiritual thing. This guy I know is doing. Is trying to bring Kabbalah to Orange County. So he had like a Kabbalah intro to Kabbalah teacher come to the Pendry, which is a hotel in OC, a couple months ago. I don't know, wherever the fuck. And then he had some, like, I went to that, and then he had a follow up thing, but it was just like, it wasn't necessarily spiritual, but there's also no point in it either. Like, I don't know. I don't even think he knew what the. I don't know what it was. It was like a day of reflection, something like that is what it was called. Reflection and fuckery, whatever. So I go, and then there's fucking ants everywhere. The day before, my friend had asked to hang out with her, and I was like, "What do you have in mind?" And then before she could answer, I was like, "Never mind, I don't want to do anything," because I knew I was going to be social the next day at this thing. Because, like, I can look normal in a crowded room and talk to people that I don't know and whatever. Do I like it? No. It's like I should only know the people that I want to know. There's a lot of, it's like, why am I, you know what I mean? Not everyone's for me. Like, we don't have to interact. It's fine. Go, just keep going. Don't say anything to me. Um, so she got mad at me, but I was like, fuck you. This is who I, what do you mean? Why? Right after calling me autistic, she got mad at me. It was like, this is a hate crime. You cannot be mad at me if I'm autistic. So fucking pick a lane here. She's like, oh, it was rude of you to blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, well, I'm rude. Fuck. You stop telling me about it. This is how I am. I don't want to do anything all the time. It takes something out of me. So I have to pick and choose when I can do it. Do you understand? This is how I keep from fucking losing my shit. So, um, and by the way, I'm increasingly doing nothing because I'm in this weird. I guess this is what I want to talk about. I'm in this weird position where, like, I was too spiritual for the material world and couldn't talk to anyone or relate to anyone or work or do anything. And then I was like, yeah, you can fucking, if I fuck someone who's not my wife, is it that like am I going to hell? Meh, like, kind of bending rules a little bit. And then, because it's fucking, like, what am I supposed to do? It's boring here. I'm fucking bored. And I guess what bothers me is everyone around me is like, you should be married with kids. It's like, yes, I understand that's what you did and what everybody else did, but show me someone who's happy, and then I'll emulate what they're doing. But like everybody I see a problem with, so I don't want their life. If I don't want their life, I'm not doing what they're like. It has always taken me longer to get there, but once I do something, I do it my way. I'm happy with the result. Let me fucking let me take my time. Maybe it's not for me. Do you ever think about that? Maybe I don't want to suffer the way you did. You fuck. I've suffered enough. I don't like when people ask me. It's like, do you want this? Do you want kids? Do you want this? Do you like? I want to be happy. So whatever the fuck that looks like, and that'll change from time to time. But the people I hang out with that have kids, it's like it's your life is about them. I'm not the type of person who would phone that job in. It's fucking more important. The most important thing you ever do in your life is how you raise your kids. Every word you say to these little faggots is important. They'll remember. And then they'll be like, when I was 3, you told me not to talk when you're on the phone. And it's like, yeah, well, you know, I did my best. I forgive my parents for one or two of them, but, you know, most of them now I don't forgive them. interesting, interestingly, I'm just fucking divulging everything. It is my fucking journal, anyways. But my mom told my dad. I'm not even sure through what medium. If she texted him, left a voicemail, whatever. She's like, ever since my son moved to your neighborhood, he's changed. It's like, you want to take some personal responsibility, bitch? It's you. You're the problem. What does he have to do with it? I don't see. He's fucking 5 houses away. I don't see him either. I just sit here. All right, another tangent. So, one thing to the next. I met a spiritual person. I went to um, had a bad breakup one time, and that person and their minion signed me up for a bunch of like spam emails and shit like this. And one of them was a lymphatic drainage massage. Like made an appointment for me. It was just like, are you trying to harass me or become my exec? Like I'm hiring if you're interested because that was very thoughtful. I'm not sure. I'm sure you're trying to hurt me, but I was like, thanks. I'll keep the appointment. So I went, and despite like, I'm definitely puffy. I definitely feel bloated. I don't. I don't like necessarily feeling like that. Like I feel the weight of my face. I feel it in like it's in here. It's like everything's a little bit has some potential energy to it, you know. But it goes away fast when I want it to. So I'm just riding with it. But this lymphatic drainage shit, like maybe there's something to it. Get stuff moving. So I made an appointment yesterday. So it was this black girl. She looked a lot like an old friend of mine, actually. They're both Jamaican, so that makes sense. Um, and she was 26, but we had a spiritual conversation. Right, like there's no reason for us to talk. Like I should just be sitting there like this, and you touch things, and then I fucking like pass out briefly, wake up because I snored myself awake, and then have an awkward like where the fuck am I moment, and then um, do it again like that. I know we're supposed to sleep on our backs, but I can't do it. I die a little bit. That's why my back's fucked up. You gotta sleep on your back on the floor, like the Japanese. So, anyways, 26 years old, but she was saying, "Get this shit, get this shit." She said she was at. I don't know why she said this. She said she was at a liquor store, and she saw a guy, and he was like staring at nothing. And she said, and his eyes were all black. I was like, "Oh yeah." First of all, say African American, you racist bitch. But I know what you mean. And I love, I didn't tell her this story, but I love telling people this story because, because I've journaled about it several times. So you could fucking look at the other shit. Where while I was going through my spiritual awakening, I had a dream. And in the dream, I'm I'm talking to myself, but I'm two different people. I'm talking to a friend, but I play both parts for whatever reason. Dreams don't make sense. Fuck off. So it was like an early version of me and a later version of me. I think, in retrospect, it's all fuzzy now. But I I'm talking I'm talking to me, or my friend is talking to me, or whatever. My higher self talking to my lower self, and then some random guy. We're having like a deep conversation, and some random guy comes over and is like, "What the fuck?" And then one of me is like, and then I lock eyes with the other me, like, "You see this shit, bitch?" And then other me says like, or I say, what's up, man? How's it going? That's how I talk to people I don't want to really talk to. What's up, man? How's it going? What's up, man? How's it going? It means keep fucking off. Um, and the guy responds in the third person. This new person responds, he's good. And then me and me look like that puppet meme. And then higher self me says, some people are possessed by demons and they don't even know it. And then the dude that sat there just started shaking and his eyes turned all black. And I've seen people's eyes turn all black. So my ex is every time she fucking yelled at me, her eyes turned all black, riddled with demons. Goddamn, it's like I could name each demon now. Oh, that's fucking Nezerschmith. Oh, that's the gossip demon. That's the fucking whatever succubus. Oh, that's the Jezebel spirit. It's like the demons had a bukkake over her and just each of them had a turn. You know what I mean? Um, but I think that's what this world is. We're physical vessels that get bukkakeed on by demons, and then sometimes we do demonic shit on their behalf without even knowing it. Metaphor or literal? I mean, same thing. Same thing. Same thing. So, back to the massage. So I was like, "How old are you?" She said 26. I was like, "You're really young to be like this spiritually away." Because she was like, "Do you have any plans?" Like, I don't like doing anything ever, lady. I did have plans, and I went to LA of all places. Like, what the fuck am I doing? First of all, I know LA's hell. I had gone to LA. I think I traveled about it. I had gone to LA as soon as I exited the freeway. There's a guy jacking off under the fucking on ramp, and I posted it on my business page, and it got 10 times the views of anything I've ever done. Um, I don't know. There's an owl hoo-hooing. So why go to LA? Fucking, there's nothing there for me. Although I had like, I gotta be careful because this is online forever, pol- political stuff. But when I had been to Israel, I loved the food. I was like, you guys really know bread. Every time my friend gave me a different meal or we went somewhere else, I had a new different kind of bread, and I was like, this shit is fire, and it doesn't make me feel bloated. I mean, most food outside of this country isn't poisoned, and they, like how they do it in Israel is like each community you'll have a butcher, a baker, you know what I mean? Like that's the way human beings are supposed to be. It's not supposed to be corporate Kmart bullshit, chemicals. You walk into a fucking gas station, everything in there has an ingredient list a mile long, and none of it was ever food. Like you can't do this in other countries yet. So now there's two owls. Sounds like they're fucking. Is that a sign? Dear Carl Jung's ghost, what does it mean when owls are fucking while you're journaling? Knowledge? There's definitely two. Well, now they're quiet. Okay, so the fuck am I talking about? I bet you can't hear it, but it's kind of distracting. So, just fuck already. It's like stop flirting. The fuck? Ooh, 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 ooh. Just fucking Let's get it on. Okay, so fuck LA, per usual. Anyways, the food was really good at this restaurant. I don't even want to tell you what it is, but because I want there was live music. Well, I mean, obviously, it's surprised it was an Israeli restaurant. I wasn't trying to make a political statement, but the food was very good. It was very good. I was like, this is great. If you could like, I plan on being killed for political reasons, anyways, but not before I have to. So yeah, the food was the best part of the night. If you can eat like bread and cheese and shit like this, and then go out and you don't feel like shit, like one great for me to have good digestion now finally. I think a lot of my digestion issues came from, like, if you think about your chakras, let's say your lower chakras, your that's like your sacrum, right? It's like sexual dysfunction would be there, digestion would be there, and it was like being attached to someone emotionally who lowers your vibration. It makes sense, right? For that to be a problem. Um, or maybe it takes a year for fucking parasites to leave your body. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck, but yeah, might go back. But then like those Palestinian news network people that wait outside places and rage bait Persian Jews will ask me for like, hey, can we get a free Palestine? And I'll just go on some diatribe and then lose my job. Well, I'm glad you asked. I have a lot to say on this subject. Um, you only lose your job if someone controls the world, right? They control your opinion. All right, I'll stop. This is about spiritual stuff. Um, spiritual stuff. So I have I had a good conversation with this young lady, and I had a dream before I went about getting a massage, and there was a second part. I think had to do with someone I don't honestly remember to be. I can't be confident enough to say anything, so I don't remember. But it was interesting. I was like, maybe there was a reason we had this conversation. It's an 80-minute massage, and I don't usually like people touching me, but I need it because I have all this fucking tension in my body, and I work out every day. I need it. I need to do it. Um, what else? All right, so like I was talking about everything being boring. It's like being spiritually awake is a burden. And on top of that, having knowledge is a burden. If you have knowledge that other people don't have, and if you have intelligence that other people don't have, you're fucked. You're fucked. Because the room, the rooms get bigger and bigger, but the crowd gets smaller and smaller. Meaning, like, you have more access to resources. Like, I have the ability to have more fun than I've ever had. I have like I like revenue wise, made the most money I've ever made. Um, Granted, like they keep fucking with the currency, so it's like probably not. But I was busier than I've ever been. How about that? I was busier than I've ever been, so I can have all the fun in the world. I can do whatever the fuck I want, but I don't like. I don't do it. I don't do anything because like all the things that I used to do or used to think were fun are fucking fake and gay and boring now. So I like every now and then I dip a foot in the pool to check the temperature, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I don't like swimming. What the fuck do I care what temperature the pool is? You know what I mean? So I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. Like that's it's driving me crazy. I don't like I feel stuck. I feel bored. I feel I was gonna say like I need a challenge, but like I need some fucking. I still see angel numbers. Like I see 333 a lot. On the way to LA, I saw 666 twice. I was like, yeah, I fucking know. What? Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I don't have a problem staying home on New Year's because it's a fake holiday, anyways. The New Year starts in March. That's fucking. You have to be retarded to follow this shit. Um, and then people ask me like, "How was your Christmas?" Like, I don't have a wife and kids. I like, what is Christmas? It's a day the gym's closed. Other than that, I fucking don't know. I don't have a tree. I don't have fucking. It's a fucking fake holiday. So yeah, like nothing. This is the curse of knowledge. You understand? Like I don't want to worship Saturn or Satan, so I'm gonna not participate if that's okay with you. And then like then I seem like Ebenezer fucking Scrooge. Very clever how they did this shit. When someone like when someone is like convincing their kid to be good because Santa's gonna blah blah blah, I get upset. I get upset because you oh don't steal the magic of Christmas. What the fuck? You're gonna social pressure me into lying to my kid for years. Do you know what kind of you remember the devastation you felt when you found out? And then your stupid ass tries to convince the kid after that that God's real. It's like it's the same shit you just saw, which is why that's here, by the way. Which it's the same shit you told me. He fucking comes around, performs miracles. You can't see him, but he's there. You have to feel retarded if you believe in God after that. Secretly, every religious person I've probed, not like that, but like hung around. I'm like, you don't fucking believe, you faggot. I don't think that word's used as much as it should be. I never usually use that for gay people though, unless they're being a faggot. Anyways, did you see fucking every show that I've watched? Someone's gay. Everyone's gay. Everyone's gay on every show. This is the curse of knowledge. It's like if you understand, if you do a little bit of research, 5 minutes of googling, you can even ask fucking I don't know if ChatGPT tells you the truth, but Sigmund Freud died a profoundly sick person. He didn't fucking resolve anything, but propaganda came from this motherfucker, or at least the modern version of it. And like his grandson runs Netflix. So what is propaganda? Brainwashing. What is brainwashing? The news. The news. If you're getting news, doesn't matter if it's from Candace fuck Owens, if it's from CNN, if it's from fucking TikTok University, it's propaganda every time. every time, every time. So fucking, why do they want everybody gay? It's like if it was like if the actual like reasoning behind it was like we want to be inclusive, we love everybody, blah blah blah, it would be hard to refute. But if you're not retarded, you could see that's not, it has nothing to do with that. I'm not gonna spoon feed you what it is, but fucking social engineering. It's like God, like why mention it? My partner. It's like shut the fuck up. Like your partner's not even the fucking was not even an important character in this fucking thing. Just leave it a mystery. You know, there's like Beverly Hills Cop in the '80s. There's the beginning. I mean, you've had fucking 100 years to watch it, so I'm gonna spoil it for you. There's like a scene at the beginning where Axel Foley, played by Eddie Murphy, comes home and someone has broken into his house, and then he pulls his gun out and he searches the house, and then he finds his friend Mikey sitting with the refrigerator door open in the kitchen eating leftovers. And he's like, "Oh, almost popped a cap in your ass." And he's like, "Oh, you should get a real door lock." And then they go to a bar and reminisce and remember about when we were kids, you went to juvie for me, blah blah blah. And I didn't know it at the time when I was a kid, but now watching it as an adult, I was like, strong fucking gay vibes here. Like they said, "I love you, man," and there's like a long like it made me uncomfortable as a kid. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like, I like their friendship until now. Um, and then Mikey gets killed by Mike Ehrmantraut from fucking Breaking Bad, and the movie starts. And then he's on this vendetta to like get revenge for his friend Mikey, but then like it was suggestive. You understand? So like the gay person would watch that and be like, "I'm I'm in this story, and I'm also Serge at the guy with the accent serving espresso with a little lemon twist, which I've never heard of lemon twist with espresso." And everyone's happy. Why does there have to be? Why does it have to be like maximum level butt fucking gay? There was like a viral clip of like a sports center guy watching the New Year's Eve clips, and he's like, "Oh, this is beautiful, people making out, whatever." And then there's like a long gay kiss, and he's like, look, it's just great here." He almost lost his job. Um, it's just like fucking. That's the natural reaction. That's a natural reaction. It should be like, ugh. Should be like whatever you want to do. Like, God bless you. Fucking your thing to work on, but fucking, leave us out of it. It is disgusting for most sane people. That's disgusting. Uh, doesn't mean you should be lynched and killed, and your rights should be taken away, and no one should be friends with you. I have gay friends. You're gay. Why are you gay? Um, yeah, like I don't. I would never want anything bad to happen to them. But also, like, if they were flamboyantly gay and trying to talk to kids and make them gay, I'd have a huge problem with it. You know what I mean? We probably wouldn't be friends, no matter like how cool they are or what car they drive. But yeah, no, don't do that. Hey, don't do that. You ever notice like a kid gets fucked by a guy and then becomes gay? You ever notice that? It's like the demon in this motherfucker went into the asshole of this kid and then turned him gay. So I don't know if it's every case. I don't know what happens, how it happens. Joe Rogan said, not that he's the arbiter of truth, but he said that promiscuous women have a tendency to make gay sons. And I was like, keep talking. And he said, basically, it's like the whole point of procreation is to pass on your genetics. So someone who's like a flusy, the idea is that there's too much of your genes here in this community now. So we got to turn some of them gay. So that's interesting. And then also like there is hormones in our food and our water and shit like this. And I believe in some invertebrates, if depending on temperature or certain hormones introduced at certain times, switch flips and you can the zygote goes from one way to the other. So I bet you there's some fucking method of that in humans as well. Um, I mean, if if you believe in nature, blah blah blah, there's a misfire there. You know what I mean? Like the things like one thing is supposed to go in the other thing. You can put it other places for recreation, but like it was designed to do this. You can't argue that it was designed to do make babies. And then also, if you believe in God, then like what the fuck are you doing? You better hope that's something you can negotiate later. I had heard from some spiritual teaching that a gay person that feels guilty every time they have sex is not committing as grave of a sin as someone who just condones the activity or considers it moral. How about this? I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to phrase it to get myself out of trouble. But like, I'm thinking out loud. Like, it shouldn't be punished by society. It's not our, like God can decide punishment for people. We don't have to do it. But it should not be. It should not be a tenet of society. It should not be pushed. It should not like a pride parade or like you're watching the New York or fucking ball drop with your kids and then there's a long gay kiss. It's like this is really graphic and suggestive and you're putting thoughts and ideas in a sponge like brain and I know what you're doing, you motherfuckers. So the people that defend it don't know that the history of propaganda and how social engineering works or who's doing it and why. But the breadcrumbs are there. So like again, if it was just a matter of we want everyone to be represented, like Persians aren't represented. Fucking like there's a fucking revolution right now again. You don't hear shit about it in the news. No one gives a fuck. There's no anything. And then when Persians are in fucking movies, they make us black. Motherfucker, do I look black? I had a Prince of Persia game. The last Prince of Persia game, the guy is fucking black. Black. Dreadlocks black. In 300, the guy, he kicks down the fucking well. Black. Black and black as hell. It's like, wait, what the fuck? There are some. Some. It's always interesting to watch them speak. I'm like, what does that sound like? But yeah, just because there's some doesn't. I mean, what the fuck are we doing here? What needs to happen is like, it takes the gays to be outraged about how they're tokenizing gays. It takes the blacks to be outraged about how they're tokenizing blacks. It takes the Jews to be outraged about the shit Israel's up to. That's those are the voices that matter in shit like this. And silence is what fucking perpetuates it and creates major problems. And then obviously the people like they weaponize empathy, the puppet masters, but weaponize your empathy So you think you're doing the right thing, which is also why they gave women the right to vote. That's when shit. I was trying to backtrack. When did things go back bad in this country? As soon as you get people who, like, you can't, like, running a country has to be male energy. Has to be male energy. Like, regardless of what you want to do, this is what we're doing. That's why you need a good dictator every now and then. Tell everyone to shut the fuck up. Like, the best leaders of all time, fucking Cyrus the Great and shit like this, they were fucking, whether you want to say monarch or dictator. Um, but this, like, weak fucking, no, we need to, everybody, blah blah blah. It's like, you're slowing us down. It's like, how does California spend $40 billion on homeless and we get more homeless? It's like, this is your empathy being weaponized against you. You fuck. Not that if you they're gonna fucking make up some other shit to get the money anyways. The whole thing's corrupted, fucked up. The whole system needs to go away. So, like, here's the thing. Spiritually speaking, movies, media, etc., is supposed to implant an idea. I was just watching. Naked Gun, the new Naked Gun, with Liam Neeson, in the background while I was playing my racing game, and the bad guy is trying to, like with 5G, lower everyone's fucking mental vibration frequency so they become animals, go underground in bunkers that the elite have made, and then when chaos ensues, come back after the herd thins itself out, and then rule over the tired and browbeaten, like, remainder of survivors. And I was like, oh fuck. uh, Seems an awful lot like, oh, is that what's coming? Oh, is that? Ooh. But here's the thing: is like, okay, you put that idea in my head, and the idea is that I manifest your reality because I'm God, not you. So, like, they put this idea in the collective consciousness, and then we manifest it. That's how. That's television. That's what the Hollywood thing is. It's to get you to manifest your fear. Like, oh my god, that would be terrible, and blah blah blah. But would it be? Like, at this point, I told you I'm bored. Like, society collapse would be great for me, because then finally all the fucking spiritual mumbo jumbo that I've been fucking talking about for the last 4 years matters. Don't do that. I was thinking, like, what happens if shit really hit the fan? How many people would think to contact me first? Like, hey, what the fuck is this? Or did you see that? Or what should I do? And if it's spiritual in nature, I guarantee you, my phone will be very busy. I don't make sense now, but I will someday. Okay, so, like, if we manifest the fucking whatever the fuck, whether that event, should it happen, creates heaven or hell depends on the consciousness of the people, the human beings, the conscious creators. So it could go either way. Like, essentially, the powers that be are risking, like, when they switch the lights back on, what if nobody plays the game? What if there's nobody to rule over? What if we say, oh no, we don't want what you're selling? We, they, whoever's around, you know. So it could be a good thing, because there's nobody there. I'll tell you this is, there is no country in the world where a vote makes a difference. There's no place in the world where one person is going to change anything on a global scale, especially. So the whole thing does have to burn down. So what happens if it all burns down, and then in those underground bunkers, these elite have some fucking deadly virus or a fire or whatever, and then fucking, and then what happens? Lord of the Flies, or do I become king of the world? You know, what's the least likely scenario? Is Pedron becomes king of the world? I'd be a great king of the world. I'd be a great dictator. Maybe I am probably a descendant of Cyrus. He was great. You know what he fucked up at? I'll tell you spiritually what he fucked up at. So I don't know why people don't say this. I met a director a couple weeks ago, and I was telling him like stuff about Persian history. He's like, "Oh, that's interesting. I'm gonna share that with my writing team." He has a show on Amazon. Like he's an actual guy, but I won't say which one. I don't want you to look him up. Leave the man alone. So he's probably in that fucking club too, homo. So, anyways, Cyrus the Great, like, conquered people and then let them practice their language and religion. And you mean, like, he didn't have to do that. Could have made the whole world Persian by force. Had the power to do it, right? It's rare that someone has power and then doesn't. But like towards the end of his life, and what ended his life, nobody knows this. Nobody fucking knows this, and this is crazy. So there was like marauders from the north, like, oh, interesting. Actually, now that I think of it, for a different reason, Azerbaijan and fucking, I don't know, Turkmenistan, whatever the fuck is north of Iran or Persia. They had like warrior tribes, and one warrior tribe led by a fucking woman. Why is this not on Netflix? Some fucking lady, some broad. Um, Cyrus is like, Cyrus June says, fucking, hey, you're hot, and you guys keep fucking with my empire. Either I come here and kill everybody and rape you, or you just become my wife, and then everything's fine. You become one of my wives, everything will be fine. And she's like, bitch over my dead body, and he's like, I've never been so hard. And this fucking idiot, this stupid asshole, Persians and pride, man, fuck us so hard. Same thing like the Arab invasion, several of them, was lost by a fucking general in this from the city my mom comes from, Nahavan. He beat the Arab attack and then chased them into shit territory, and then they turned around and then that got Islam into goddamn Persia. That's what fucks us. Pride. It's like, just fucking relax, guys. Fuck, relax. Everything's fine. Why? Still something like such a Persian pride is such a fucking Persian pride is a fucking nightmare for this culture. So it manifests in pathetic ways now, but it wasn't any less pathetic in the past. Something that we're constantly being punished for, and yet we still fucking like moths to a flame. Anyways, uh, one of his generals. The thing is, Cyrus would, when he would conquer a place, he'd like keep their king alive. He's like, instead of killing you, you are now one of my trusted advisors. How do I rule your land? And basically he let them think they came up with an idea, and then they had a uh, they had a personal um, desire to make sure that it happened because they thought it was their idea. It's a genius like management tactic. And of all the genius shit, this idiot fucked up majorly spiritually. So one of his generals, who didn't give a fuck about his people because they weren't his people, He was like, I have an idea. These fucking Azerbaijanis or whatever have never had alcohol, so they don't know the effects. They're used to smoking fucking ganja or opium or some shit, so they don't know what it'll do. So what we'll do is we'll pretend we leave, or we'll leave like a small faction. We'll leave a small faction and retreat. Our the majority of our forces will retreat, and we'll leave all the good like booze back there, right? Strong booze. And then the Marauder lady, she had a son who led her army. They go in, fight the Persian army, defeat them, start celebrating with all the shit that they got, and they're drunk and merry. And then the real Persian army comes back. Essentially, what happened is Cyrus the Great sacrificed a bunch of his men in like this. You know what I mean? Like it is a clever thing to do strategically, but like you just killed, you slaughtered, you sent a bunch of men over pride because she rejected his. You know what I mean? Like you didn't need to do any of this. You're just fucking. You're just bored and you made a fucking. You just killed a bunch of your own fucking people. You asshole. Why? Why did you do that? We still call him the Great. You can't get grandfathered into being like, of course, the fucking Bill of Rights and blah blah blah. It's like, what the fuck was that though, dude? Why would you do that? They trusted you. So, anyways, Cyrus then goes in with the real army, takes these fucking marauder people off guard, including the son of his, he thinks, soon to be wife. He's like, ha ha, got your son. Eh. And then he was so confident, he's like, you can, you're like our guests. I'm not even, like, get him out of the chains, let him roam around, it's fine. And he was just waiting for that kid's mom. And he's like, when she's ready to suck my dick, like, totally fine. The guy, like, runs over, steals a sword, kills himself. And then he's like, ooh, oh. I wonder how, I wish I saw his face when it happened. He's like, oh, سیروش جون این مرده خودش خودکشی کرده fucking oh, didn't think of that, did you fucking dickhead? And then fucking she kills Cyrus the Great. She's like, how the fuck, how the fuck, kills him. And then Game of Thrones borrowed some of this shit, by the way. Kills him, takes his fucking beheaded skull, and she's like, "You wanted blood," and then dip like she drained all the Persian fucking prisoner of war, drained their blood, filled a fucking tub of it, and then made Kurosh fucking drink the fucking drink. Now have your fill of blood, she said. Gangster as fuck, but only reason I think he lost and all that shit is of it wasn't a this isn't a game. You know what I mean? He sacrificed people. I think that's why he's died. That's why. And his like, in the ancient world, there's some like crazy looking. We don't even know how the fucking the pyramids are there still. I mean, and his tomb was kind of like, this is my meek place. Like, please leave me alone. I was like, all right, but and Alexander the Great was copying Kurush John. That's why he said call himself the Great, and why everywhere he went, he named the city Alexandria. I don't know why the fuck I said that story, but it's you know you can't kill people is what I'm saying. So like this is how it works spiritually, and whether you're hip to the shit or not, I can't kill you without being subject to some sort of karma from it. I could convince you. You know how like I'm just gonna use Jews as an example. Like put your sins on the chicken, kill the chicken, fucking feed it to the homeless, and then it's fine. God's like, you mean what is that? First of all, is that witchcraft and voodoo? What are you doing? It's weird that you tell people you do that, and weirder still that you do it. But also, like, do you really think, like, maybe in the short term, but like, that mark is on your soul, buddy. That chicken didn't fuck that kid on Epstein's Island. So, anyways, I think the real ruler parentheses s close parentheses of this world know how the spiritual shit works, and they manipulate our dumbasses to commit spiritual crimes, and then we get subject to the karma instead of them. So like, I didn't tell you, I just suggested you. I just suggested that guy who suggested that's the devil. Maybe we fucking leave those guys there and sacrifice them to get, the drunk and bubble. Fucking. And his dick was so hard from being told no. Because imagine, he was the most famous person on the planet. Bigger than Elvis. Everyone was like, oh, fuck, that guy. And then fucking some lady's like, no, fuck you. He was like, everything in this world is mine. You will also be mine. I have Persian pride. I'm the originator of Persian pride. And we all still have that pride in us. It's in our fucking DNA. No, I have to have the bigger boat. But what a weak man. Do you see? Do you see what I mean? They say all good men are great men, but not all great men are good men. And in fact, I go further to say very rarely are great men good men. Like even if you like on a like really small scale in comparison, like Arnold Schwarzenegger has done great things, career, life, whatever. You start hearing his stories about how he got to where he is. It's like, oh, he was a fucking asshole, and he'll admit it. Like stepped on people, played mind games, fucking injured people. Like he give a fuck who he stepped on to get where he's going. And then obviously cheated on his wife and blah 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 blah. Like great man, not a good one. Great man. He fucking raised us. His movies were always playing at home, except the one where he's Russian. I don't even know what the fuck that movie is. Red something Dawn. I don't know what the fuck it was. So, yeah, why? Yeah, didn't get credit. Commando was good. Predator, fucking obviously Terminator, like life changing. I was thinking today how Terminator 1 was a fucking horror movie and was terrifying. Terminator 2 gave me nightmares as a kid. I was 6 or 7, so like fucking obviously. I was afraid T-1000 would come through the window. I was like, how the fuck, like no one can fight this fucking guy. He's undefeatable. I don't have a fucking vat of liquid metal here. And then fucking Terminator 3, guy goes into a gas station, steals fucking pink star sunglasses, and then when the guy's like, hey, don't do that, he's like, talk to the hand. So we went from a horror movie to what the fuck was that, man? Destroyed a multi-billion-dollar franchise. And that was like, Schwarzenegger was so old, but he still kind of played the part. Now fucking, I mean, he's been an old man since I was a kid, so he's fucking super old now. Can't do that anymore. We had one chance, and the same thing with Beverly Hills Cop 3 or 4. So did you watch the first one? You fuck. What is this? It's terrible. This is a cartoon of the. Make it real. I want to feel the same feelings. Ugh. I hope like the good that comes out of like the manipulation and blah blah blah, like, is that there will be an underground push for people, the actual storytellers, like people who want to tell a story and be true to the, like Lord of the Rings before Amazon, like the estate for J.R.R. Tolkien's like it has to be exactly what he wrote or fuck off. Nobody needs to switch teams. We don't fucking, you know what I mean? We don't have to include every race in every scene. Is like we're trying to tell a story. It's not important to send your fucking political message. Shut the fuck up. Stay out of art. Your political message should stay out of art. Period. Otherwise, it's propaganda. There's a reason fucking Netflix has an office at the Pentagon. That's why I can't watch anything. It's all fucking like I know you're trying to beam stupid ideas into my head. So that's why I'm like that's why I'm bored. It's like I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. What am I supposed to do in this time? I can't keep distracting myself with things that don't matter. And then like obviously if I wanted to settle down and have kids right now, the option has been there. But I have this unnerving feeling like I need to be available for whatever's to come or whatever. It needs to feel like once you've met your soul needs to be involved in every decision you make. So if I decide to do something else career wise, if I decide to marry someone, like my soul is the one telling me yes or no. We are one and the same. I'm not separate, so, like unlike most people. So what bothers me though is like I know how the psyche works, and I know that like you can have a soul tied to someone that has nothing to do with. I guess it does have something to do with your future, but like you fall in love with someone who's meant to teach you something rather than it's your person. And I suppose my problem is like I could see that it's a lesson, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to be involved, and then I avoid it, or I can't connect with people because I'm like, there's no lesson here. Like the girl who got hit by the car or whatever, I was just like, ew, like everything you say is wrong. Everything you know is wrong. Up is down, left is right, and short is long. The reason I was saying Azerbaijan is I met an Azerbaijani girl who's actually I think, well, she's like from northern Iran, so like part that has the look kind of like Russian looking. Very sweet girl. And she's very, like we're on different wavelengths as far as spirituality, but like when I talk about spiritual stuff, she's she doesn't take it as a challenge. She's like, wow, you're really wise. Like wants to learn from me rather than run. I don't know. Run, run, Rudolph. So maybe she will be the death of me. Repeating Persian history. They say with like the Akashic records, you can see your past lives. I went to like a past life reading thing, and it wasn't fucking real. But you know what? How is it? Everybody was a king. Everybody was a someone prominent. It's like you weren't just the fucking You're a whore now. You're a whore then. It's the same thing. Um, yeah, I wish you could see that, or at least like from thousands of years. Like we could, with written history, you can track your ancestors down, whatever. But like beginning of recorded history would be interesting. I suppose that information is in your DNA. It is in your DNA. It's just not whoever's keeping track of that shit is not public. Like if Jesus had, uh, I mean, he had brothers and sisters, but if he had kids, and then those kids are still walking around, or Cyrus the Great, or fucking whoever, everybody has a connection to the past. I like the past. I think it's interesting. If you know a lot about the past, you can kind of read the future. That's why I look. I feel like something has been foreshadowed for a while. I feel like something's gonna happen financially. I feel like there's gonna be some fucking major catastrophe, collapse, whatever the fuck. I realize that is the goal. The powers that be want that feeling to be in my head, but I don't have the feeling of like, oh shit, that's the end. I don't have the fear of, oh no, how will I survive? I don't have that, so I don't care. Like I want it to happen. It's like, all right, let's fucking, all right, show me. Let's do it. Let's wake more people up. Fine with me. Because the bread and circus thing ain't working. I saw someone say today, if the bread is poisoned, the circus is gay. It's not it's not hitting. Keep them distracted with the bread and circus. I came up with this phrase. I think I came up with it. There's a clown for every circus, which means one thing, right? But then you can also say there's a circus for every clown, and it means the opposite thing, but still means the thing. I haven't used it on anyone yet, but I'm gonna. There's a clown for every circus, and there's a circus for every clown. Is that the title of this, or that's a good title? There's a clown for every fucking circus. There's some dickhead willing to sign off with whatever scam you got going on. Erica Kirk needs $100 million. Clown. Israel has the right to defend itself from people with rocks. You realize it's not a war, right? Like, it can't be a war if one side is not armed. They don't have arms. And some of them don't have arms. It's not war. But then also, like, curse of knowledge and spiritual awakening is like, I know you want me to blame the Jews. It's too obvious. So, like, above them there's a group, and then above them there's another group, and then above them is a person, turns out. Just some asshole. I wonder if he knows me personally. Do you think the devil knows everyone that is like with God by name? It's like, I fucking hate that guy. You think he sits around like I do and he's like, fuck, that guy is such an asshole. Why doesn't he just shut the fuck up? Well, just send his ex back. Uh, on that note, so when I was having the massage, the spiritual lady, she was telling, she's really into zodiacs. She was an Aries, and I was like, ew, yuck. And then she was like, we're the best, and blah blah blah. And what are you? I was like, Gemini. She's like, all my exes have been Geminis. I was like, huh, that's interesting. And she's like, you guys. And then I didn't expect to get called out like this. She's like, she said you're hard to love because you run. You won't accept it. Then she's like, you're the type of person who, when you want space, I have to just come over and like come over and force a hug or whatever. And I was like, yeah, that would totally work on me. I was like, oh, I never felt so seen. I was like, am I the problem? I didn't even consider it. I thought I wait. Am I hard to love? I don't accept it. No, that's for sure not. I mean, for most people, yes. I don't accept love for most people, and if they force it, I would be uncomfortable. But like relation in a relationship, I feel like I'm giving more than I receive usually. But yeah, I was like, yeah, that would totally work on me. Like someone. Yeah, I guess I don't take hints well either. So like, someone wants to be here, they really have to show up. Okay, so on the subject of my ex, like I kind of hinted at this, and I don't know why I hint at things instead of just saying it. 111. So I was driving. I don't know. It was weeks ago. I was driving, and I had this wave of anxiety, and I felt it in my chest. I don't know why. This must be somewhere I hold it. And I had this anxious feeling, and it's kind of like the feeling like you ever you're ever walking and mid stride, you see that person, the person that can do that to you, and you're like, it like drops. I was like, why do I feel this? And I felt this wave of, and I like trying to analyze the feeling. So I'm like, okay, what? Nothing triggered this. I'm not like my thoughts aren't doing it. I'm like, my first thought is like, am I still energetically connected, and that person's going through something? I was like, okay, that's. I mean, it's a stretch, but I guess that's possible. And I felt confident enough in this feeling meaning something and meaning something about that person that I told a friend. I was like, hey, I have this really weird feeling as if like I'm gonna run into her. And the next day, I'm going to the UPS store and I'm making a left to go into the fucking. I'm like, it's the UPS store that's closest to my office, but like that's where I used to live, and that's close to where my ex lives. But I'm like, what the fuck? It's the middle of the day, and also like, so you know what I mean? It's like, oh hey, what's up? It's not, she didn't try to kill me. I mean, not really. So it wouldn't matter. What like I don't know what it would be like, but it doesn't matter. It's been a long time. So I'm like waiting to make a left at the light, and I just go like this, and then the car turning. I'm like, the fuck? And here's the thing: is I felt it, and I look. If I could choose to be connected to any person in the world, it would. If I could just place that feeling, I'd place it in a much safer place. She's not a safe person. She sucks. She's been terrible to me. I don't want to be connected to her. She's a fucking nightmare. I don't want to be connected. I don't want to feel that feeling. So like I was like, what is she going through something? Here's the thing: is I briefly saw her just profile like as she was driving by because I was like didn't recognize until she's on the way out. And when I saw her profile, I was like, she looked and felt profoundly sad. And my dumbass has this fucking what the fuck? Like this is why I'm such a fucking easy victim to narcissistic fucking rape. Is I just had concern. It's like nothing that she did to me mattered. I was just worried. I was like, oh fuck, I hope she's okay. And then like immediately I was like, do I text her? I was like, shut the fuck up. Don't do it. Do not do anything. You've come this far. Not my problem. Not my problem. Not my concern. I didn't have to. I don't. I'm not her dad. I'm not fucking anybody. How am I gonna fix it? And she was like that. She was like that when I met her. So she probably is sad, and that's probably how she has to be. Just fucking. But immediately, instead of thinking self-preservation or whatever, my immediate thing was to go into dad mode and like be concerned. Like, what a stupid asshole. Do you think she ever has done that for me? No. Like I have a tendency to overgive in certain areas and then underdo it in others. No respect for moderation in either direction. Um, but I told my friend, I was like, remember I had that feeling? And she was like, oh my God, you're so connected. You're so in flow. And then I was thinking, like, fuck, I don't want to be connected. How do I, how do we get rid of that? Because I suppose during the relationship, I knew that I would just be a mirror for her to take out like her shadow on me, so she could see who she is and figure things out or whatever. But like after a good year and a half of solid abuse, I was like, you know what? I don't like. I can't digest food. I'm fucking sick. I'm fucking withering away. Like, why am I like like what kind of charity work is this where you get to kill me and I what do I, the fuck? You get to kill me and I don't get anything? That's rude. Um, and then I guess it's really weird how when she shows up, it's like it has to be a fucking spiritual thing, and I would lean towards demonic more than angelic because she like just show up where I'm at. How the fuck when you want to be around, we run into each other all the time. And we had reconnected briefly, and I always had like this hope that she'd grow and change, and I know psychologically that the mark of childhood trauma, which I do have, is trying to get a difficult person to be good to us. So instead of like that's what it is. There's no deeper whatever like God meant for this to be. It's the same thing everybody goes through. She made me feel how like I felt as a kid, where like you know how I know it's that is when we used to be together or whatever. I would go to her house right when we get in the door. Her dog has tons of anxiety, freaks overloaded when she's home because he feels emotionally neglected. And then she kind of, I remember she was in the kitchen. She was in the kitchen, probably cooking spaghetti with period blood in it to fucking put a hex on me. And the dog was like watching her intently. And I'm like, hey, you need to come here and touch your faggot son so he calms the fuck down. He's looking. He feels your anxiety, and you need to address it. Otherwise, he's going to be on high alert forever. This is why he's anxious. It's like you're not. And of course, she's in her head and having anxiety about whatever the fuck is in the outside world. So her fucking gay little son is like overloaded. I'm like, hey, you like this is why you don't give kids Ritalin and Adderall is you fix the fucking household. You fix the mom and dad. It's like this is a behavioral thing, not a hormone thing where like the dog is you. Dog has your energy. So fix you and then the dog's fine. But like there's a it's like you can't see what you're doing. I'm this little dog. This little brown fluffy and he's got a big ass too. Fuck, like I am this dog. And then regardless of how much she abuses him, neglects, abuse, whatever, He's still maximum loves. And I'm like, I'm not a dog, so I'm not gonna do that. It's not how I'm gonna live my life. I'm a 4 year old man. The fuck? Um, but yeah, I see this because I lived through it. So when we had reconnected, um, she had like given into every lower tent. Like, the thing is that if someone loves you, they'll tell you things you don't want to hear. That's how you know if it's actual love. Because when I was doing things that could harm me, there's only a few people that were willing to risk pissing me off to tell me the truth. And they knew they had to be careful with how they approached me because I was going to freak the fuck out. And once I realized in a couple instances that like people that love me were scared to approach me about certain things, like, okay, I'm being an asshole. I actually have to like pay attention to what's being told to me. People are afraid. People I love are afraid to tell me something. So the difference between someone who's using you and someone who loves you. Someone who's using you appeases you. And it could be your best friend, it could be your boyfriend, it could be your husband, it could be your mom, it could be fucking siblings, it could be anybody. But if they're trying to appease you, they just want you to be, it's like, I want you to be happy with me. So whatever you do, I'm okay with. Whatever you, like, I'll help you do. Like, oh yeah, you want to do that? You want to go to surgery? Yeah, go ahead. Um, it takes like real love for someone to be like, hey, I think you're making a mistake. Do what you want anyways, I suppose. But um, I know you're not going to hear this, but that's like how you're. I know you want ice cream before dinner. You can't do that. That's a dad conversation, you know. I guess that's why I have dad energy. It's like, hey, you can't do that. But I'm not anyone's dad, so like, why do I get the? I don't get the respect or the fucking authority, but I have to deal with the consequences. Like, oh, I didn't sign up for this. I'm not your. I don't have to do this. And then someone I had poured a lot of energy into, I had I had pulled away, but I was hoping the best for them. I was hoping that they'd be not just successful in life, like obviously being safe financially is the basis of most safe feelings, but that they would continue to grow in the ways that I saw that they could and be who I was projecting my. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, she's like me, and she just needs some guidance, or she just someone who. You know what I mean? I was projecting my own shit onto her and seeing myself and seeing in her case, this is what I would do. And it was like, oh, she didn't do anything that I would do. That's so. At a certain point, you cut it off. So I suppose, regardless of the logic of it, there's still an energetic attachment I have to get rid of somehow. Um, but when we reconnected, uh, she was using me emotionally, and then also lying. And it's like, I've done a lot for you, and I've been there for you in many ways, not just romantically, as a friend. It's like you cannot. I don't have space to have someone wishy washy coming in and out, and then I need you, I need you, I need you. You're invisible. You're the most important person, and blah blah blah. I'm busy. I need you to feel safe, but like not there for you. Like it's just like what the fuck? I'm not playing this game. I don't have that position in my life to be lying, secretive. whatever. It's like I don't care. You mean like romantically it's done fine. Like I have friendships with some exes, but not I don't have any friendships with people who lie to me or people who aren't bettering themselves. I mean, like I can have a cordial hi bye with anybody. So you can't choose. You can't neglect me, abuse me, and then choose how you show up. It's like you have to show up on my terms or fuck off. Fuck way off. Um, for some reason, I had it. I had the feeling still like somehow she's gonna go through something and then snap awake, and the demons that fucking pilot her body will just fucking find a new victim or a swine to go into or whatever the fuck. But like, those are I don't know if those demons. I think it's just her. How many people do you see conquer their demons? I know a lot of people like pretend to. Everyone who turns to Christ, every comment on fucking Instagram, they're like, anyone says anything about spirituality, conspiracy, blah blah. First comment: Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light, and you need to fight. It's like, shut the fuck up. Did you think you said something, you fucking robot? Did you think you saved anybody, you fucking NPC cuck faggot? Shut the fuck up. Stop being a pussy and being afraid. You need to hear Christ or else fucking blah blah blah. It's like if that was the answer, this shit wouldn't be here, dumbass. It wouldn't happen. What the fuck? Jesus sacrificed him for your sins himself, and he's gonna come back. And it's like, well, I didn't ask him to do that. And then if he's coming back, like, what the fuck? Like, what's taking so long? What's he waiting for? You don't think the same people that are selling you the other bullshit sold you that? Why was Jesus 33 when he died? Why is there a trinity? How do you draw a trinity? Is that weird? Whose fucking symbol is that? How are they fucking kids at the Vatican? And did you hear the fucking lady that disappeared in Vatican City? Vatican City's like 30 people. And they fucking disappeared some broad. Do you think that's happening in God's house? Under his laws? You fucking idiots. I hate how stupid the human race is. I fucking hate it because like, what am I supposed to do here? You have like, that's most people. Like, that person thinks that they've like, oh, I have the answer. I have the answer. If you don't accept Jesus into your heart, please invent a machine that shows me when Jesus enters your heart. How do you know you did it? Is it when you get baptized? Is it when the priest enters your butthole for the first time? When does it happen? You don't accept it. Do you know his name wasn't Jesus? So what are you saying? Who? You're saying hail Zeus? So I have to accept Zeus in my heart? Goddamn assholes. So turns out like ancient Babylonians were worshiping Saturn. Saturn used to be like a sun, a second sun in the sky, and that's where all this shit comes from. Then the Greeks took it, then the Romans, and then the Romans inserted it into Christianity. And if you think the Muslims are doing anything different, the Kaaba was there's a square in Saturn, the planet Saturn, that the Kaaba resembles. And the pagans were worshiping Saturn there, and then when Islam came, they still worshiped the same fucking thing, but now they changed the thing. It's all fucking Saturn is supposed to be Satan. Saturnalia, which is Christmas. Read. Just read a little bit. I don't understand the whole thing about Christianity. I was talking to, I don't know if I journaled about this. I think I did. Talking to a guy who just lost his dog. And then I told him, I was like, well, you want kids and your girlfriend doesn't want kids, and then you were with her because of the dog. Now you don't have the dog, so now you can't really stay comfortable. Like this is like how it works spiritually. It's like you're seeking comfort instead of your purpose. Like it's a big thing. What if your kids cure cancer? What are you doing? Then they'll be disappeared real quick. But he understood, and it immediately took his pain away. I mean, not completely. He still misses his dog, but there was a there's a Russian guy working on a car in the background who I know, and I know his family, and he heard us talking about spirituality, and he came over and he's like, he was, oh, like my grandfather was like political prisoner, and they said, say don't you don't believe in God, or we'll put you in prison. And he's like, fuck you, I'm going to prison. I was like, that's pretty gangster cool. And then he was just trying to sell us on coming to his church, not his personally, but like the church, Mariners Church, fucking a mega church, a mega church. A mega church stands in opposition to God. Period. Period. So fucking, and this this other guy's lost. So he's like, I'm not opposed to going. Like I like he's like looking for a sense of community connection and some relief from his pain. You know what I mean? But like you get sucked in the church system, everyone's like fake blowing you, and you feel like you did something you haven't done. You feel like you accomplished something you haven't accomplished. You need to go inside, which you can only do alone, not having donuts at church with a bunch of fucking pedophiles and people cheating on their wives and fucking a pastor whose wife is an alcoholic and fucking drug addict. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Those aren't. That's it's the blind leading the blind. I can read the book at home. What are you teaching me? It's to say, like I see that meme that said therapy only works if your therapist has a higher IQ than you. I've never ever like if the pastor was good at any fucking thing, he'd be doing that. This is an easy way to get money without doing any work. Take the money out of it. Take the money out of it, then I'll come. Don't accept donations. Like it's illegal to accept donations, and then I'll come. Then I'll come. Then I know that you're in it for the right reasons. As long as there's money around, fuck off and fuck you and fuck everyone who looks like you and everyone you're related to. Fuck them all. If there's a God, which I have found to be true, you shouldn't have to learn how to read. You shouldn't ever, like, if you were born on an island and everyone else died and you never learned how to speak a language, you should still be able to find and connect with God in a meaningful way. And there's no fucking way on that island you'd be like, oh, God, 2,000 years ago, God had a son, born of a virgin, blah, blah, blah. You know, like let me explain something to you. To have a son, you have an X and a Y chromosome. The Y chromosome comes from the father who had to be a human being. Had to be a human being. So unless there was another instance of God walking around as a human being, it cannot be. And then it just so happens there was a bunch of fucking religious figures that had the same exact origin story. Mithras and fucking Osiris and all this, born of a virgin, December. Do you understand that the Son of God, Jesus, and the 12 apostles is the sun and the 12 zodiac? And the fucking shortest day of the year is December 21st, and the sun is dead for 3.5 days and then is resurrected. Weird story. It's like they said the Bible originally was a farmer's almanac, so you could keep track of the shit in the sky. And then imagine farmers like thousands of years ago being like, oh, okay, so plant my crops in fucking October for harvest in March. Cool. And then we have dumb motherfuckers walking around now like, no, God said that fucking he had a son and he had to sacrifice his son to teach us a lesson. Or teach himself a lesson? I don't know what the fuck the justification is. But he's not really dead anyway, so did he do anything? The whole thing sounds like a waste of time. Anyways, if you were on that island, there's no way you'd come up with something so stupid. A person who never learned a language, you never met another human being, it's impossible you'd get such stupid ideas. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light. And you have to turn your heart to Jesus or else. It's like, okay, good luck to you, dumbass. Let's see what happens. I don't think I belong in this world, dude. I swear to God, I don't think I'm the smartest person around, but fuck me. As soon as I interact with other human beings, I'm like, fuck. I'm alone on this planet. Get me the fuck out of here. Get me the fuck out of here. Fuck these people. These people fucking suck. How is everybody so fucking stupid and afraid? God damn it. I have to play this stupid fucking game. Stupid pretend game of life. I don't give a fuck about anything here. I don't give a fuck about anything here. It's all meaningless. Work out, fucking look good, fucking have nice stuff. All right, I'm here. I'll play. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do. But fuck me. The least you could do is give me someone who I could talk to. Another person like me. That's all I need. Just one. I'll make my own world with them. I don't need everybody to convert to my religion. Just one like conscious fucking. The spark of consciousness has to be in them. No more fucking NPCs. No fucking clowns projecting their childhood trauma on me for fucking sport. This is a long one. I feel like a lot of stuff I needed to say was out here. This is how I feel. This was an important one. This is how I feel. So every social interaction is draining because I have I have to change gears. I have to erase part of myself to just be. My dad had a party and I go like, "Oh, you're not drinking?" Everyone, "You're not drinking?" Why do I have to poison myself to get along with you? Why do I have to become dumber? You see a problem with that? Ugh, I don't know what to do. Probably like even the justification of go to sleep so I can go to work. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like I'll make it happen anyways. But fuck me, I am bored. I am Lord. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, let's see how bored I am when the next fucking 9/11 happens. I'll be journaling nonstop. I'll be fucking telling people my opinions they didn't ask for. one last thing I'll say is like there's a lot of moving pieces to controlling people. There's a lot of minions or pawns doing a menial task that is a cog in the machine that is fucking all of human being potential. The whole human race is being sold out by a lot of peons, a lot of fucking idiots doing grunt work. And those idiots, even though they're like not aware of like the big thing, they know what they're doing is wrong. I bet you one of them's gonna see this. He's like, you pathetic fuck. You weak, pathetic fuck. You have no regard for your own soul. You're willing to sell out the entire human race for like trinkets, for nothing. The people that make technology that spies on you, the people that uh, follow people around anonymously, the people that fucking work at AI companies, Tesla. Oh, I'm just doing my job and getting a paycheck. Blah blah. I was like, you weak fuck. Everyone that works in the intelligence industry, every single one of them, you're working directly for the devil. You fuck. How dare you? There's no amount of money you would. There's no amount of money you could pay me to do that. I, in Iran when they wanted our benevolent government wanted to change regimes over there, they went to Mossadegh's fucking crib and they're like, "You're under arrest," and he's like, "No, actually, you're under arrest." And then people came out of the bushes and arrested them. And the mastermind behind this fucking harebrained scheme was like, "What do I do? We really need to change the regime over there. What the fuck?" And they were like, "Well, you have money still that we gave you, right?" And he's like, "Yeah." Like, okay, so what you need to do is have pro Mossadegh rallies. You hire like the homeless, the fucking people that need work, the immigrants, to have pro rallies, and then after the rally, destroy the city, light shit on fire, and then slowly that turned the entire country against. Then the regime changed. That and weird that happens now. Weird. Must be a coincidence. It's the same fucking playbook. But the average human being, I don't know. I don't know if there's different types of human beings, or I'm not one of them. But they're so fucking dumb they cannot see what's right in front of them. So I had this like, existential fear of death growing up, and then it's like, is is death what we think it is? First of all, then secondly, like, for what? To be here longer amongst these fucking morons? To make to marry a moron and make moron kids that fucking then go to, like, what the fuck are we doing? Show me another person like me. I'll marry them on the spot. I don't know. I don't know if it exists. Maybe it exists after things get worse in the world, That's what created me. World ending, health crisis. That's what creates consciousness. That's what makes human beings earn their soul. You have a soul that's assigned to your body, but you're not connected to it usually. You have to earn it, and it's earned through pain. All right, well, I guess that's it for now. Not a very cheerful fucking message here. But that's the message for today. Happy New Year. Yay, more of this. I can't wait for more. I can't, you know, when like you see a Facebook memory. I don't have Facebook, but when I did, it was like anything you posted in 2007, you're like, fuck, I should kill myself. And then I'm doing fucking hour and 45-minute long diatribes. I'm a 40-year-old man, but I guarantee you in 5 years, I'll be like, what the fuck was I doing? Because if I'm being honest, on a daily basis, I'm like, what the fuck? What do I need to delete all of this? Whatever, it stays up. What the fuck was I doing? What was I thinking? Why did I say that? This is how I think. Like, I don't give a fuck. Document it. Let it be here. I'm sure my thoughts and opinions will change over time as they have my entire life. It'll be interesting to see. I don't. I don't know. All right. Well, hopefully one of these is gonna be. Guess what? I was right. Can't wait. For now. Bye bye.